Greetings, fellow Goosebumpers. Today's episode review is a good one. The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. This is a very unforgettable episode and gave me nightmares. Anyways, let's just get started. Dive straight into this episode review. But before we get into that, I do want to say one thing. It's about unboxings again. I don't have any happening, but if this video gets a single like, I will do an unboxing, because I do have one thing coming. It's a book, but it's not an ordinary Goosebumps book. So, yeah, it's something I've done before, but it's a little different, and if y'all live in the UK, you maybe possibly know what I'm talking about, or if you guys just possibly know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Anyways, let's just get straight into this now. So, let's start off at the beginning, of course. So we drive up. Our main characters are driving up to their grandma and grandpa's barnyard, their farm. You get out of the truck, and yeah, they're just greeted by their grandma and grandpa. And it appears like, oh, you're gonna visit them for the summer. There's a guy named Sticks and Stanley. Stanley and Sticks. Stanley's the father of Sticks. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So, Stanley is extremely weird. He says, after one of the kids says, "Let's go frog hunting, grandpa," grandpa. Stanley goes, I like those frogs. If you go hunt them, the scarecrows might end up hunting you. And they're a little weirded out, but either way, they decide, okay, we're gonna go inside. We cut to that night. The main characters, which is a boy and girl, mostly just the girl. I can't remember her name. I'm gonna call her placeholder name Sarah. We're gonna call her Sarah. Hey Sarah, wanna play? Hey Sarah, wanna play? We're gonna call her Sarah. Yeah. So her name is Sarah for now. So Sarah and where the fuck his name is, Billy. We're gonna call him Millie Bobby Brown. Oh, I've been watching too much Stranger Things. We're gonna call him Billy. Sarah and Billy. Sarah's talking to Billy like, Man, I'm so happy to be here. And Billy's like, man, I want to go frog catching. And of course, I had the rain tonight. It was rainy. But, they have to go to bed because, they have no choice. But we cut downstairs where Grandma and Grandpa are getting ready to go to bed. But it appears that they're hiding to go into lockdown. They're trying to make their house boarded up. Like, trying to scare away whatever the fuck might be out there. Or to not let it in. So, when they leave the room and turn off the light, you get to see something walk up to the door, start pounding on it, trying to open by jiggling the handle. It didn't work. So they're like, okay, I give up. So they retreat back to the cornfield, only for us to see out the window. I love these camera angles. That's not a person. That is something else, and it appears to be a scarecrow. Hence the name, The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. So, the next day, I said this prior, the kids, like, oh my god, I can't wait for chocolate chip pancakes tomorrow, before we cut to that scarecrow downstairs, trying to get in scene. There's no chocolate chip pancakes waiting for them, it's cornflakes. I mean, I personally, that is one of my favorite cereals. I like cornflakes, I don't mind it. Protein, am I right? I like cornflakes more than pizza, I'm not even kidding. Put them in milk, yeah, I kind of prefer it. I'd rather have a bowl of cornflakes than a slice of Domino's pizza. I'm not even kidding. Or pizza, that's my favorite pizza. Anyways, they don't get cornflakes. Well, no, they eat her cornflakes, sadly. And Grandma says, it appears that I forgot to get chocolate chips. But every time, so far, This is a hint to what's come. I noticed it's the very first time I watched the episode. They always look at Stanley like they're scared every time they say it. They're about to say something that could involve Stanley's opinion being hurt or something like that. Like, so it appears that Stanley doesn't like chocolate chip pancakes. Hint, hint. Wonder why he's doing that. Wonder why they're scared of Stanley. He's the weird one. Why do you think the scarecrows are walking? Anyways, so, later they're starting to play some baseball. Well, catch actually, to be honest. And, Billy throws the baseball way over the cornfield, so the girl has to get it. She doesn't find the baseball, but what she does find is, a scarecrow. It's very weird. The scarecrow is very creepy. I must say, that's where the nightmares started happening. Like, shit, man, it's a little creepy looking. That is amazing. I want a prop of that scarecrow. I want a lawn gnome. I want that sloppy prop. You know, I'm naming everything I just want to have from the TV show. Shrunken Head, mainly. Oh, yeah. Better not be the cover. Stanley comes out of the cornfield like, hey, what are you guys doing here? You should be here. Oh, well, you know, I made the scarecrows walk one time. I did about a month before you came and a week before you came. Yeah, I've done it. So, they're like, Stanley, you're f***ing weird. I think you're autistic. I think Stanley is a bit autistic, in my opinion. Or, ADHD. No offense to anyone who has that, but he just does not act normal. Like, as they said, they stated that later that night, when they were about to go to sleep, we're just going to cut there now, since that's where we go to next scene. Later that night, they're talking about how Stanley is super weird, so it's not out of the ordinary or anything for him to say stuff like that. Like, last time they visited, Stanley started talking about how pigeons like their nails painted. Yeah. Anyways, they're like, okay, it's time to go to bed. Hit the hay, you know, bro? No homo. It's a point a girl. So Billy goes to shut the window. All of a sudden, I'm sorry for the placeholder names, guys, if you're getting pissed off by that. Just let me be. I keep forgetting names. It's probably Danielle or some shit. Danny, Fanny Package. Sorry. God, am I autistic? Next thing you know, so Billy goes to shut the window. But then, all of a sudden, he's just looking out like, okay, time to shut the window. And, so there appears to be a figure in the cornfield, or multiple figures, moving around, like, on their post, like, are those the scarecrows? The scarecrows appear to be moving. So, calls his sister over. When she comes over, they automatically stop moving. It's like when your parents walk in and there's a sus scene in movies. But when they walk out, everything's normal again. And then they walk back in, it's sus again. Or it's still normal. Either way, it's just extremely weird how they just stop. I think they know. I think they are aware. And then when she goes away, it looks back at him. He's like, you know what? I'm fucking done with this. The scarecrows. Just look at him. Creepy. Slams the window, and we cut the next day. So next day, I think they're on their bikes, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, they're on their bikes. And, Sarah's talking to her brother Billy, and all of a sudden, she gets tripped. Her bike goes flying, and it reveals that she was tripped by a scarecrow and tackled by one. She gets tackled by a scarecrow. She pushed the scarecrow off, and it just lays limp. Like, what? Why did this scarecrow have strength, and why was it moving? Is it robotic? Is this Halloween Town? What the Anyways, Styx comes out. Not Styx. I've never mentioned any time Styx has appeared. Sorry, guys. Anyways, I'm trying to remember his name. Stanley. He, comes out with the cornfield, and he's like, okay, you know what, guys, just come in the house. I see that, you have been cut, and have bruises and scratches. It's a little bit, yeah, I know you were tackled, yeah, Styx is a bitch, am I right? And he just brings them out of the cornfield. Not before, Sarah can kick the scarecrow's head, and she's like, I'm gonna get you, Styx. But all of a sudden, we hear a little bit of commotion when we're looking at her walking away, we look back down to see the Scarecrow is vanished. So now we're hitting the 10-minute mark. We gotta speed this up a little. So, later that night, they're all field and they're about to eat apple pie and listen to Grandpa tell scary stories. But instead, it turns out that they're not going to listen to Grandpa tell scary stories, and they're going to eat cherry pie. Because, that's Stanley's demands, because he's going to threaten them with, oh, I'm going to bring the Scarecrow's life, and you're going to fucking die. And, they're like, okay, well, this is a little weird. This is a little sus, not going to lie. The next day, girl goes out in the cornfield. I can't remember why. I think she's playing hide and seek. Yeah, she's playing hide and seek the next day. She doesn't find her brother. I think she's playing hide and seek. I'm not sure. She's just out there, and she hears some commotion. She leaves the cornfield after that and goes in the barn. Like, okay, I know you're in here, Sticks. She knows it's Sticks. She does find Sticks. She gets jump scared by Sticks. She falls back to a bunch of hay, and yeah, she's totally paralyzed in fear. She's about to die and get raped. Or I mean, God bless. And she's like, all right, that's it. So later that night, Sarah and her brother decide, okay, you know what? We're gonna play a prank on this motherfucker. So they dress up Billy as a Scarecrow. She dresses up Billy as a Scarecrow. Decide we're gonna get back at Sticks. So she goes back to the house to grab something. I think it's a hat. She goes back in the house to get Sticks. I think, yeah. But she's met by a Scarecrow walking out the woods, like, get back to your hiding spot, bitch! And it proceeds to follow her like a zombie, and only to realize that ain't no Scarecrow when the head falls off. It's full of fucking hay. Like, okay, hey, not a hey, no, fuck yo. My Singing Monsters jokes, am I right? She played that game. Round quote is 69. What do I just got? I got a My Singing Monsters notification as soon as I said that. What the fuck? Anyways, let's continue. Sticks is in the house, and he's like, okay, you know what? Get in here. The Scarecrow. He bashes the Scarecrow. He explains why the Scarecrows are walking, why everything's so weird, because Stanley is threatening the family. He loves the family, but he's threatening to bring up the Scarecrows because he wants to have things his way for a while. But, Stanley overhears this. He runs out like, okay, maybe I should just break things right. So he runs out, goes to the cornfield, to turn the Scarecrows back. We see another Scarecrow in the way, but it's just, Billy dressed up as a Scarecrow. I'm calling them, remember, placeholder names, so sorry, guys. He tries to turn the Scarecrows to sleep, but they end up just waking up. And it doesn't work at all. So they run out of the cornfield. They get jump scared a few times by a few Scarecrows, but either way they make it to the barn out before a Scarecrow can try to open the door, but, its arm gets sliced off by Sticks. And they're like, okay, they're gone. They bash the door open. They rip a hole in the door. No, they break a hole in the door. Like, holy shit, these Scarecrows are like the Great Dumbbell of Chucky. Like, Chucky uses the Great Dumbbell. Great Dumbbell Law. How do you pronounce it? And he gets maximum power. So same with these Scarecrows. They have brute force. Anyways, they start tackling the family. Except for Grandma and Grandpa. They're all in the house sleeping, And, eventually the tractor turns on. The only one listening here is Billy, so it's clear that Billy is the one controlling the tractor. He grinds the Scarecrows up, and they win. The Scarecrows are dead. But the next day, everything's back to normal. Stanley has nothing to threaten them with. Until he decides, I'm going to try more stuff. You know what? He's not trying to hurt the family this one. I'm not sure what his intention was here, but he reads another spell from a spell book, which is how he brought the Scarecrows to life. Or just actually off a page that was ripped out. I don't know. He just finds a page of spells. Reads one of them. The tractor that we just saw last night comes to life and it starts driving towards the house with no controller. No driver. And they all look at the window and they realize, we're dead. In the same style as Gremlins. We're fucking dead. And that is how the episode ends. They fucking die. Let's give, okay, so acting, I'm gonna have to give a 10 out of 10. It was a perfect episode, overall, pretty much, for acting. Special effects, there weren't actually, any at all, but for the ones we did get, if we got any, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Overall, minus stuff we don't talk about, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.